Capricorn, let me tell you this, do not play with the fire, because if you play with the fire, you're going to get burnt. Okay, so you are going to be having situation in May where you are really going to be facing something, and you will know, you will kind of almost as if you're actually going to be so rebellious with your own self to the point like where you will want to do something, you will feel the need to do something, but you will know and you will fully understand at that moment in time, if you do this, you are going to damage yourself. It is not going to be good for you. So in itself, you need to pay attention to the actual dates, which are going to be, of course, in May, especially in between the 12th and the 21st of May. In between the 12th and the 21st of May, you will know what exactly am I referring to. And the fact that your number in numerology, it's number 777, it is pretty much so all about the actual synchronicity. Throughout this month, the synchronicity is going to be literally coming from everywhere towards you. From what are you gonna see and what are you gonna come across, to what is going to be on your mind and which reflection of that you are going to have around you. So you have to and you must pay attention to the actual synchronicity, because especially when it comes to the 17th of May, the actual 17th of May and the 7th of May and the 27th of May. So you've got the 7th of May, 17th of May and the 27th of May. These 3 days are going to be absolutely brilliant, fantastic, mind-blowing when it comes to the powerful synchronicity you are going to become aware of. This synchronicity is on one hand going to be guiding you. What kind of habits, negative habits do you need to get rid of? But at the same time, this synchronicity is also going to be guiding you which important step you need to make. And this is not going to surprise you in a form of like the actual step, but it's more about the sense of urgency which you are going to have, which means that it's a lot to do with the actual priorities changing and requiring from you to notice them and do something about it. Very, very important, my gorgeous Capricornians, the month of May is going to be for you indeed. You know, it is a lot to really, really important to follow your intuition, but at the same time, you know, you are actually going to also become aware of an unfinished business, something really, really important, but something really personal you are going to need to deal with. This in itself is to do with an unfinished business. It is nothing to do with the business like money making and things like that, but this in itself is to do with, you know, is something really, really personal. You are going to have to come to the bottom of this, my gorgeous Capricornians, because at that moment in time when you become aware of what this unfinished business is, when it comes to something really personal, at that moment in time you are on one hand going to realize that like a very kind of like a weird, really bizarre, a very dark and negative stage in your life has actually come to an end, and this is ever so important for you to realize in order to move on, but also to realize that on one hand the balance is coming back into your life. This is what the month of May is going to do. It's bringing this powerful balance back into your life, where you're also going to realize basically that you have got like so much now in order to like really kind of make a really, really big and rather important step here indeed, like, oh my God. And also, my gorgeous Capricornius, like for example, when it comes to the actual health and when it comes to nutrition, I really do have a fantastic news for you, because my vitamins are on a half price sale. They're ridiculously cheap for what they are. They're made with exceptional original quality ingredients, without like a top quality ingredients, without any unnecessary fillers, without any chemicals, like just the pure amazing vitamins. And also at the same time, you know, they're suitable for vegetarians, vegans, and everybody. What am I trying to say here? Not just that, you know, my vitamins are ridiculously cheap at the moment on a half price sale. These quality vitamins you're not gonna find for this price whatsoever. But at the same time, you are gonna need natural vitamin D3 when it comes to like a boosting your immune system, and when it comes to protecting your sensitive bones, alongside natural zinc picolinate. So you know, zinc picolinate and the natural vitamin D3 are a fantastic combination when it comes to boosting your immune system, but it's brilliant when it comes to skin, hair, and nails as well. And the third supplement I highly suggest you is going to be organic chlorella, which is rich in protein, omega-3 essential fatty acids, which our body cannot produce by itself, but it's super essential for like our mind, for our brain, for our memory, for concentration, for focus, and for all these things. And on top of that, organic chlorella is fantastic when it comes to detox and detoxifying our bodies from the dangerous metals. If you're on any other medications, if you are pregnant or if you are breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor. You just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. And if you would like to buy my vitamins, which I absolutely super highly recommend, then you will see, you scroll down to the description of this video. So scroll down and just click on the name of this video, and then you will see it's going to expand the actual description, and right at the bottom you are going to see these vitamins for sale. And also you can just simply go, or you can simply go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins, and my vitamins are gonna come up that page that way as well. So now, my gorgeous Capricornius, I'm going to see what is going to be quite important date for you to pay attention to start with. On the very 1st of May, something is persistently going to be on your mind. Something is persistently going to be on your mind, and I will show you this. Look, on the very 1st of May, my gorgeous Capricornius, something is persistently going to be on your mind, but it's a lot to do with like some kind of like you are thinking about something, but you can't pinpoint like the fact that all this thinking, it's about you know, you're going to be thinking about several things, but to start with, you're not going to be able to pinpoint that this in itself, it's really a lot to do with your future, and it's a lot to do with your future planning. But most importantly, when it comes to the 1st of May, you see, you are really need to kind of gonna come to the bottom of something, and there is some kind of problem that is gonna be on your mind, and you're gonna need to deal with this issue, with this problem, because that problem was in the background of your life, of your mind, of your spirit for way too long. And that particular problem was also like kind of always creating this stupid like kind of confusion and the blockage, you know, especially when you're like kind of like trying to do something or starting to do something. It is ever so important to kind of keep on being optimistic, because when we start like something and we do something when we are optimistic, oh my God, you know, we are so powerful. We just achieve so much, so many realizations, so many ideas, let alone the fact what a good quality of work we're actually going to have. But if it's something making us feel constantly negative, then, you know, there is an underlying issue for that. So it's something that you need to kind of nip in the bud. You need to deal with this, my gorgeous Capricornius, because that in itself, it's really going to bring the relevant balance into your life, you see. Indeed, okay. So you need to so you need to realize what do you need to kind of really kind of deal with, because it is just kind of like really, it has been affecting you for way too long. The second important date, my gorgeous Capricornius, it's actually going to be on the 3rd of May. Now the 3rd of May, oh my God, this is where things are gonna be very, very strange indeed, because you will see that someone is really going to try to dominate dominate you here, okay? And I don't like this like person or whatsoever. Someone is going to try to dominate you here, and it's not only on the 3rd of May, but it's more, maybe I should have said, or I should have started like, you know, it's going to start on the 3rd of May, and it's going to be going on for the first few days, like after the 3rd of May, for the next few days. This is going to be quite highlighted indeed. Somebody's going to be trying to like kind of really like dominate you, and I don't like this, because, but then again, you need to understand that you are going to be tested here. You are going to be tested like no one else is testing it, you know what I mean? But this is important when it comes to us dealing with something really challenging, and then you just have to stay true to yourself, true to your spirit, true to your soul. You have to stay true to your own essence here, because it's very easily we swingle things, you know, like on a side, but to try to hurry up with something or make the certain amendment or adjustment, but then again at the same time, no baby, no. So you just have to at the same time remember to stay true to yourself. So from the 3rd of May, for the next few days onwards, you are going to have somebody who's going to try to dominate you, and this in itself, it's really going to be testing your strength, your power, and your own stamina. So by someone who's really going to try to dominate you, you know, this is where you are literally going to be tested, and you have to avoid conflict. For the love of God, you just have to avoid conflict. And I suppose this is the challenge here, like a big challenge for you, because you're going to be like, no, you know, you have to avoid conflict, because it will kind of cause, you know, if you don't avoid conflict, listen to me, it's going to affect you on so many different levels. It's just going to bring unnecessary chaos and confusion into your life, okay? Because you'll do something that you're going to regret later, and you're too clever for that. You're way too advanced on your spiritual journey to just kind of slow yourself down with something so insignificant, which is not going to seem as insignificant now, but by the time this month comes to an end, you will see exactly why did I mean this, you know, why did I say this. So you have to avoid conflict, because it will cause unnecessary confusion and chaos. You are going to have a really good news by the 10th of May already connected to this. So by the 10th of May already, you're going to have a really good news, which is going to be connected to do. And then the other interesting things that you are going to find out as well, which you are going to feel really pleased with yourself, how clever you are, how intelligent you are, how smart you were, and you will be able to like kind of reflect on the specific things that have been happening to you lately, and you will know, ooh la la, I'm amazing. I'm so glad I responded in the way that I responded at a time when these things were kind of happening and unfolding in your life as well. A very, very interesting idea you are going to have here as well. But the bottom line is that by the 10th of May, you are going to have a really good news, you know, which is going to be connected to this, and that this good news will make you aware of exactly, and this good news is going to make you aware of exactly like some kind of temptation. You're going to become aware of some kind of what is temptation and what is not. That's exactly crystal clarity that this is going to bring into your life. You will also know what is the actual temptation and what is no. And then, you know, so this is why, you know, it's so important to actually not to have that conflict. You see what I mean? Because if you do have a conflict, you know, to start with, if you do have some kind of conflict that you have to avoid at all costs, but if you do have a conflict, then, you know, you will not have the spiritual reward here, because this is all coming to you as the spiritual reward by the 10th of May indeed. So this is why you have to be clever, but I'm not telling you what you need to do. That's exactly what you are going to do anyway. So, you know, it's just so important for you to kind of like really do what is in your heart, what is in your soul, what is within your spirit, you know, and just keep on following that voice within indeed. Another thing I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Capricornius, it's like, oh my God, how beautiful this pendant is. Check this out. Absolutely gorgeous Nephrit J. Sorry. Burp. Sorry, just a baby burp. Tiny burp. Sorry. So basically this is a nephrid jade. I really highly recommend you this, because this in itself, it immediately picks you up in terms of you having so much of a fresh energy. It makes you think like kind of crystal clear. It also attracts like it makes you, it keeps you moving forward at the time when you're like, no baby no, but also at the same time, you know, it really kind of attracts a good luck. It basically it's fantastic for financial situation. It's so anything to do with the finances, but it's also brilliant for the actual careers as well. When it comes to success and when it comes to attracting success into our lives, nephrid jade, it's absolutely brilliant. But it also opens you up. You want to talk, you want to communicate, you want to explain yourself, you want to express yourself with your words. And this in itself, it's ever so important. Whatever we do, sometimes people can't understand us through our own energy. It's not everybody that is like really spiritual and open-minded as we are. If you're here and you're watching my channel, then you are a very special being. You are ridiculously open-minded. You're very powerful, and that's the reason you're here. You know that there is so much more to life than some other people understand. You know, some people just don't simply understand. Well, you know, fair enough. Do you know what I mean? That's their path. That's their spiritual journey, you know. But when it comes to you, my gorgeous Capricornius, you're always aware of the bigger picture that lots of other people are not. And this is why sometimes you just need a little bit of refreshment, if I can call it like this, especially when it comes to your spirituality, you know, and a pendants like this. Nephrid jade, it's also brilliant when it comes to keeping the body safe from the damaging effects of external sources, and at the same time it suits the nervous system. So when you're nervous, when you're anxious, when you're negative, when you're down, when you're sad, when you're unhappy, these are all normal emotions that we go through. But then if we are doing something important, people don't care how you feel, people don't care what you're going through. So this always helps you with that balance to make the most of it, whatever you're facing. So this gorgeous nephrid jade comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this, my gorgeous Capricornius, is at the, you know, the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. I have to say that indeed. The second important date, you know, it's going to be on the 11th of the actual May. Now, on the 11th of May, this is, you are going to feel so happy here. You are going to feel from the moment you wake up that the day is very strange, very different, and very unusual. As soon as you wake up, there is going to be a very, very unusual sign you are going to become aware of on the 11th of May. Like a very, very unusual sign. You know, indeed, that only you will be able to kind of understand. So there could be few people looking at towards the same direction, but again, only you are going to be able to see kind of this sign, because it's more about feeling something really, really deep within. And all the sign that you are going to feel, that you are going to have, this is more about you just understanding that you're on the right path with something that you've been so like kind of confused about, but then again really adamant about as well. But on another note, what else is actually going to happen on the 11th of May, my gorgeous Capricornius? It's like basically you are going to feel really, really overwhelmed by the end of the day on the 5th of on the 11th of May, sorry. By the end of the day on the 11th of May, you are going to feel completely overwhelmed, so happy and so emotional. Why? Because you are going to realize something so big. On one hand, absolutely mind-blowingly life-changing, but on another hand, what are you going to realize? That there's some kind of a wishful thinking. You know, it's not a wishful thinking, it's actually about to come true. You know, something it's about to happen, something that you only thought, oh my god, it's like some kind of a wishful thinking, blah blah blah. So now you will see that you are entering probably one of the most interesting stages of your life, of your spiritual journey. What was like just kind of like a maybe like, oh my god, like a dream or something to you, this is about slowly but surely to become a reality. And this is why you're gonna start feeling so emotional and so excited. Indeed, okay. The next important date, my gorgeous Capricornius, it's actually going to be on the 16th of May. On the 16th of May, you are going to fully realize that it's a lot about two things. This is going to be a lot about two things, about your practicality and about your personal security, you know. And so you will understand fully that not somebody, but something will need to be suspended here. Something will need to go. Something will need to sacrifice, and you will need to sacrifice something. But then again, it's going to be making you frustrating. You know, you're going to feel this frustration, like, oh my God, I'm not too sure. But then again, if you don't do this, you're going to be really hopeless. You know, you're going to be hopeless because this is going to be affecting your efficiency. So it's a lot to do with you, your efficiency being affected, and you are necessarily doing things that are just putting so much strain on your life. So this is why this is ever so important. By the end of that day already, by the end of the 16th of May, my gorgeous Capricornians, by the end of that day already, you are really gonna find out, you know, such an important moment you will have. You're gonna find out something really significant. But this is going to happen at the moment in time you give, you know, you're gonna give something to someone, because you're going to make someone really happy here on the 16th of May. By the end of that day, you're going to give something to someone, and this is going to make you feel so good, like a little gift or something. But you're going to feel like, oh yeah, baby, I feel so good. You know, sometimes to give, that's me, you know, me giving gift to someone, I personally feel like literally better than when someone gives something to me. For example, I feel so happy when I give something to someone and I make someone happy because I gave that to them. This makes me feel so happy, like no materialistic thing in life can ever make me feel. But no, do you know what I mean? So it's just like you're gonna feel really happy here by giving something to someone, and then at that moment, like a gift or something, and at that moment, you know, you're gonna find out something very interesting, which is kind of going to give you a kind of an idea, like, you know, what do you want to do kind of later? What do you want to do later? What do you want to do like in your future, like later on? Which is again going to be like pretty much so you're going to be reminded of this again on the actual 23rd of May, indeed, where you're already going to have like, you're going to be able to make a bit of like a kind of like a step towards, like, you know, when it comes to this process, you're already going to be able to make a significant step here on the 23rd of May, indeed. Another thing I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Capricornius, would be absolutely stunning, absolutely super striky and super beautiful. Check this out. How striky is this? How beautiful is this? You see, it's screaming with like confidence and courage and excitedness, you see, because when you wear this gorgeous orange sim agate, it's called orange sim agate, my gorgeous Capricornius. As soon as you wear this, you know, it really immediately it brings a courage to you. It balances you out, where it grounds you, it recenters you in such a way where you have so much courage and confidence, and it's absolutely brilliant when it comes to your self-esteem as well. So this is something that, you know, you will really kind of find this really beneficial throughout May, June, July, and even August. Every single time when you need a little bit of courage, when you need a little bit of strength, when you need that type of balance, because the beauty about orange sim agate, it's also, it works absolutely immediately, so quickly. It works immediately, and it also has got a very powerful connection when it comes to your third psychic eye. Indeed, it couldn't have been any better. And that means when you wear this, On one hand, you have so many ideas that you wouldn't normally have, especially when it comes to things that you are passionate about, but also as soon as you wear it, you know, it's like you want to express yourself and you want to do things, you know, that normally you feel so maybe scared about. Maybe you're surrounded by the people who are making you feel negative. So this is absolutely brilliant, because as soon as you wear this, you become literally undestroyable, you know, and nobody can nobody can tamper with your energy. So when you're working on important things, absolutely, when you're doing something important, whether it's personal or whether it's to do with the business, it doesn't matter. It's for courage, but it also like really brings out so much that is at the back of your subconscious mind, you know, and in terms of guidance and what you should be doing. It's absolutely brilliant. This orange sim agate, it's not only stunning to look at, but it's also really, really powerful. This comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. So thank you very much for that, my gorgeous Capricornius. Okay, so the next important date is going to be on the 24th of May. On the 24th of May, this is going to be an important day, because now you are going to like kind of you're going to be chilling out. You're going to have a moment like, oh, I need to chill out. You know, this can happen in so many different ways. Maybe you're going to be walking somewhere in the forest, or there he goes talking about the forest again. Yeah, but maybe you're going to be walking somewhere like in the forest, and then suddenly you're just going to feel like, oh, I want to chill out, I want to have a little break. Or maybe you're just going to be simply at home and you're going to be watching your TV and you're going to feel very drained and tired. Or you're going to be like maybe somewhere in an office or at home and you're going to feel like you want to chill out for a few minutes. You are going to have a moment on this day when you are going to feel this tiredness, but you're not going to be able to explain when this is coming from. And it's also going to be highlighted on the 24th, 25th and the 26th of May. These 3 days, you know, when it comes to this like kind of tiredness, and you are going to feel like kind of no option but to kind of chill out a little bit. My point here is that you are really gonna, this is happening for a reason, okay, because you are gonna drift somewhere into a very unusual dimension, but you will not even realize this. The bottom line is that something is gonna come up to you. You're gonna realize something about your future and something that you want to do, this realization, and you're really going to surprise yourself how ready you're gonna feel for this. You know, you're gonna feel ready for anything, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, and then you're gonna realize, oh my god, okay, of course, all this is absolutely connected. This is why you needed to chill out and break a little bit, because you are kind of entered this state of your mind where you drift, you know, into a completely different dimension, where it's clearly shown like to you through your own vision a kind of how your life could be, but you're not even like kind of consciously aware of it whatsoever, but you just feel like a very strong urge in order to kind of do this. So in such a sense where you're gonna feel ready to make a step that only a few weeks ago you would be like, oh no baby, no. This is the special reason for it. Because a very negative, very horrible stage, very slow stage and dark stage and confusing stage maybe of your life, it's slowly coming to an end. So now this is all reflecting on your own spirituality. So do not be surprised now when you again have so many kind of like suddenly it's on your mind, something that you haven't done spiritually like in absolute ages, and now you're feeling connection, you want to do this. So don't be surprised by it whatsoever, because one stage is coming to an end and another stage is about to come up. You know that you're going to realize the bigger picture here, how much you're worried, you know, and how much you're worried kind of slowed you down from some kind of progression in life. But then at the same time, you know, you are going to kind of you need to pay attention to also in between the 24th of May and the end of that month, in between the 24th of May and the end end of that month, my gorgeous Capricornians, you are going to need to pay attention you are going to need to pay attention to the actual synchronicity here, because I know I mentioned synchronicity 10,000 times, but please, I will say this again. In between the 24th of May and the end of that month, you are going to need to pay attention, please pay attention to the actual synchronicity, because through synchronicities, you are going to be inspired. You're going to see some kind of potential, and especially when it comes to the actual financial opportunity, okay? Especially when it comes to the actual financial opportunity. And this in itself, it's ever so important, because it's a lot to do with your skill, something that you've fully known how to do, but it's a lot to do with a big wish coming through to you, my gorgeous Capricornians, at this moment in time. Like so important indeed. Okay. Sorry. So now, my gorgeous Capricornians, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are in relationship. Now, for those of you who are in relationship, you need to be very careful, because you are really, something is going to be presented to you, okay? But some kind of opportunity, some kind of option, some kind of potential you're going to become aware of. And I'm shaking my head at the same time. Don't worry. My mind goes like 100 miles per hour. I know. I'm shaking my head at the same time, because it's like, no, baby, no. Don't go for it, okay? That's why I'm shaking my head. This is so important for you to understand. So the couples, my gorgeous Capricornians, you and your partner are going, something is going to be presented to you. Like you're going to become aware of this opportunity. You're going to become aware of this potential. But I absolutely say, do not go for it whatsoever, because this is a lot to do with something that you're going to think it's amazing, but then both of you are going to feel something like, no, baby, no, inside. So again, you have to go with this voice within, because this in itself, it's really kind of you know, you're going to realize that you're both indecisive about it almost immediately, and then you're going to realize we shouldn't be indecisive about it. And then you're both going to realize something is not right here. And it's true. It is true. It is to do with this temptation. You know, it is to do with also like a little bit of deception going on here that would only cause like so much instability in your life. So for the love of God, my gorgeous Capricornians, please be very smart, be very clever. Because if you do both, if both of you come across something that you think it's too good to be true, then most certainly you should avoid it. I mean, sometimes we do come across blessings in our lives, yes indeed, but not when we feel like completely indecisive about something in front of us. That means that our subconscious mind is guiding us and warning us to pay attention to this, to be aware of this. Something dangerous would actually happen. So this is all you need to do. There is another opportunity that you are going to have, my gorgeous Capricornians. You know, it's for both of you another potential which is going to happen next month. It's not going to happen in May. It's going to happen within the first few days in June. And this is the one that you need to wait. And this is the one that you need to go for. This is the one that is going to be clear as the daylight and absolutely fine in every single aspect, from every single point of view. But if you do think that something is wrong, just avoid it, please. Please. It would be, you're just going to prevent unnecessary negativity in your lives. And for those of you who are single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Capricornians, I wonder what are you actually going to be up to? Because what am I seeing here is like a rather crystal clear. I'm seeing here some kind of celebration, baby. You are going to be part of some kind of celebration. You're going to find out about some kind of celebration, or you are going to be part of a celebration. There's some kind of celebration will be going on, and there are going to be like kind of few different people who are going to be about, few different people who are going to be around, and there are kind of going to be few different choices for you. You're going to realize that you haven't felt like this in absolute ages. You're really going to be up for having some fun. Please don't get me wrong when I say that you're going to be be up for having some fun. That's exactly how you're gonna feel. I want to have some fun. When it comes to this celebration, this some kind of party, some kind of celebration you're going to be at, you're really going to be enjoying yourself. You're gonna feel like you're back, you know. You're going to feel like you've got a comeback. But what is also going to amaze you, how people are gonna be treating you, how people are gonna be telling you things that you exactly want to hear in terms of the way you look. You're really going to enjoy yourself. You're gonna realize how much people actually like you, how attractive you are, and you are gonna be in such a beautiful and playful mood. And there is nothing wrong with it whatsoever. There are a few different people that are going to be like kind of looking at you, and you're going to be like, oh my god, I can't believe this, they're amazing. But that's because you are amazing. So you are going to find yourself in this party celebration, and there are going to be few different like people that are really going to be attractive to you, and they're going to really like you as well. But it's more about like almost like you, it's more about you having fun than kind of doing anything else. But this is so important. But by the end of May, one person from that celebration or party is gonna come forward. There is someone very special that is gonna be very unique and completely different to anybody else. That person is gonna make themselves known by themselves by the end of the month of May, and you're gonna absolutely love it, because this is someone cool, someone amazing, someone intelligent, someone rather spiritual, and someone rather different. You will love this person because there is something so different about them. This person, it's going to make a huge role in your life when it comes to you tapping into so much of an unknown when it comes to your life. But also this person is going to help you to kind of bring in so much into your life. This person is going to help you to understand so much about yourself. This is going to be someone unique who is entering your life, who you are absolutely going to adore. Okay, my gorgeous Capricornians, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Raise your vibration, my gorgeous Capricornians. Raise your vibration right now. Capricornius, 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 raise your vibration. Capricornius, 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 pam, 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 Capricornius, pam, 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 pam. I love you.